Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto Shippuden. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy, interesting onion of a journey. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. Now, previously on Naruto, we got a lot of information, about Madara Uchiha's side of the story. Itachi presented us one side, which was most likely the village's standpoint and what he fully believed. And now Madara is framing it in another perspective that basically when the clans came together to form the alliance of the village with the Land of Fire, that the Uchiha clan kind of got the short end of the stick, and they slowly throughout the years, as different events started happening, started to feel that what Madara was saying was true, and they were going to stage a coup against the government, even though the Hokage, the third Hokage, was on their side. Maybe not against the Hokage, but at least against the other guys. Danzo and the other two elder people of the council or whatever, that they gotta go. I already didn't like them because they were mean about Naruto, so now they really gotta go. Anyways, they were against the Uchiha, and they believed that they were the ones that sent the Nine Tails to attack the village, even though they weren't. Maybe still kind of hard to believe anything he says. We don't really know anything about this guy. We know that he formed the Akatsuki. We know that I don't know. I actually, now that I think about it, I'm confused about what his goal is, because we know what Pain's goal is-ish, and he's the leader, even though Madara is really the leader. But it doesn't feel like he aims to destroy the whole world. He's really just against the Leaf, or at the very least against Danzo and those two other people, because they're the ones that fully, well, I mean, that and the other two Hokages, which now that I think about it, isn't Tsunade like the granddaughter of the first Hokage or something like that? Don't know how well that's gonna go, but anyway, I'm getting too much into the other layers of this onion. Basically, Itachi framed it one way, Madara Uchiha's framing it another way. We're learning about basically politics, and politics suck, even in anime, and that the life of Itachi is not all what it seemed. Maybe. Yeah, let's just get into this episode, because I'm going to talk myself into a circle, because it's an onion.
After the attack of the nine-tailed fox 16 years ago, unjust suspicions grew that the Uchiha had tried to stage an insurrection and seize power to take over leadership of the village.
Going back to that, though, they might have thought that because didn't he summon the Nine Tails before in his battle with the first Hokage?
An Uchiha coup d'etat. And Itachi, was he really a spy?
Despite being an Uchiha, you were told nothing.
Well, yeah, because he was young and they all died. I see. Okay, Itachi, I thought it was the other way around. I thought that the
clan's pipeline to the village nerve center.
I thought that the Hokage, not the Hokage, but like the government had planted Itachi. Okay, so it was right. But they wanted him to be the spy for the government.
You may never understand his reasons, because you've never lived through the horrors of war. The Third Great Ninja War, when Itachi was merely 4 years old, he saw many people die.
I see. I guess I just thought that the Ninja War was so much farther in the past, and it's not. It's pretty close.
That trauma turned him into a pacifist who hated warfare. One who had the peace and stability of the village foremost in his mind.
So he didn't want to be part of the coup because he didn't want to go through war again.
For they'd need the Sharingan to face the Uchiha. That's right. The mission was the eradication of the entire Uchiha clan.
But didn't he help him do that? I'm so confused, unless it just seems they keep framing it that way, or I'm just understanding it that way.
The decision to raise his hand against his fellow brethren was probably an unbelievable struggle.
Is that why he went to
But
someone
if the
else?
caliber of the Uchiha were to revolt, both the Hidden Leaf Village and the Land of Fire would be shaken tremendously. Other nations would...
So he did it overall for the greater good. It would help more people to kill his clan than it would to let them live, which is really sad.
He alone knew of my existence.
How did
He sought me out and made me a
Interesting.
proposal.
To help him because he didn't want to do it by
for
himself.
letting me carry out my vendetta against the Uchiha, I was to leave the village alone.
Interesting.
But time ran out, and his efforts failed. The night drew near. He knew his fate.
I guess I didn't think about Madara wanting revenge against his own clan as well, because they did betray him when he tried to say something.
She completely fulfilled his duty, except for one single mistake. He could not bring himself to kill his younger brother.
I realized that.
Interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because if his job again was to kill the whole clan, then why didn't he not kill Sasuke? But because he actually loved Sasuke a lot, and Sasuke was too young to have anything to do with the coup, so I guess. I don't know. Again, it feels so weird. It's like, you frame it again. I'm going to say it again. You frame it again this one way for the whole show. We're on episode 141. Granted, I didn't watch all this. I skipped some, but like 141 of Shippuden plus the 200 episodes of Naruto. And now you're just going to flip it on its head and expect me to just accept it as it is. Fine.
Beseeching him to protect you from Danzo and the counselors.
Okay, that answers my
He fled
question.
the village after threatening Danzo. If anything were to happen to you, Itachi would leak all the intelligence he had on the Hidden Leaf to unallied nations.
Oh. Interesting.
That is Itachi's truth.
Okay.
No. You're lying.
I kind of feel the same way, so I get you.
It's got to be a lie. It just has to be.
But again, why did he want to keep Sasuke away from you specifically?
Even your contingency plans were factored into his calculations. He had to pressure you hard during that battle. Surely you figured out why.
Because he was already dying? Question mark? Oh, to get Orochimaru out of you. Oh, because he didn't want Orochimaru to have him either.
Itachi was lying when he told you that, just as I've explained. He was gripped with fear that you would somehow discover the truth. He wanted to make absolutely certain there was no chance of that.
Okay. That's why he didn't want...
Just as he always thought of yours as well, Sasuke. Itachi appeared in the Hidden Leaf Village after the death of the third Hokage, who had promised to be your protector.
That's when they came.
That he was still alive.
Oh, you know what? That actually does make a lot of sense, because it feels like they came at such an interestingly weird time.
You speak with such confidence as you always do. Well, for now, I'm willing to take your word for it.
Those eyes of yours did not perceive a single truth about Itachi. You weren't able to pierce through any of the illusions he created.
That's why he said that. Question mark?
By allowing you to defeat him, he had avenged the Uchiha clan. He made you the hero of the Hidden Leaf Village. Ravaged by illness, painfully aware of his impending death,
Okay, so he was dying.
His life with medication.
So it was a little too easy because he was sick. Okay.
For the peace of the Hidden Leaf Village, And most of all for you, Sasuke Uchiha. He wanted to die being known
I
as a
still want to
criminal,
know why
and a traitor.
Madara
He accepted disgrace in the
felt
place
the
of
need
honor,
to tell him
and
all
hatred
this.
in the place of love.
Are they not on... I thought they were on the different sides, question mark? Or does Madara not hold, like, not necessarily towards Sasuke, but doesn't really feel the ill will-ish because in a way he got his revenge against his own clan, question mark?
No, Sasuke. It's time to go.
What happened to the new Shuriken jutsu you promised to teach me, huh?
It'll have to wait. I have an important mission tomorrow. I must prepare.
Ah, is this before he found out about it? And then he started to change maybe after this? Question mark?
Hey!
Sorry, Sasuke. Some other time, okay?
Is this just gonna be him always remembering him getting flicked in the forehead? Well, it's not a flick. It's like a poke, but like... but even in the end, he still did the... Are we gonna find out what it is he said now?
Forgive me, Sasuke. But this is it.
Because he accomplished his goal. Oh no, not you crying too. I always cry when other people cry. Especially because he feels like he basically did the wrong thing the whole time. That's awful. I understand why Itachi did it, but poor Sasuke.
And Taka has but one goal. Our mission. Is to destroy the hidden leaf.
Oh, great. Eye roll. Now I'm understanding why, what's his name, told Sasuke all that, because in a way, now he's gonna get the revenge that he never did. And well, that's just not gonna work out well. This is gonna cause him and Naruto to have some interesting interactions. I do get it. Because now, even though his whole life he's like, my brother betrayed my clan, and now he has discovered that it was actually the leaf that betrayed the clan and that forced Itachi to do all these things and whatever. Now, I do understand why he's like, the leaf must pay, therefore I'm gonna take down the leaf village. But I can't help that Madara did this specifically because even though he made a deal with Itachi, is all, I feel kind of like he's doing, because even though in a way he did get his revenge on the clan for betraying him, which I still don't understand why he doesn't want at least a little bit of revenge against Madara, because he still did take part in the killing of the clan, but I guess overall it's really the Leaf's fault, and in a way he's gonna get his revenge through Sasuke. But it also kind of feels like an Orochimaru thing. I guess on the bright side, I am glad that Orochimaru is not like inside him, because that guy just needs to leave. And I'm glad that the curse mark is potentially, hopefully not going to affect him, because it seemed, it wasn't on him, but it could be further back. I don't think it was. I don't recall. But at the very least, there's that. But I guess that is something that I didn't really think about having a question before, but I guess it was a question in my mind, that if he didn't have Orochimaru's curse mark, because while it does make you powerful, I feel like it does in some ways come with like some really interesting side effects. So, and I mean, he's been training with it for all these years, but Itachi passed along, I guess, some of his power to Sasuke. So maybe gonna be training to use that and control that a little bit more. I just question, because even though he didn't like kill his best friend or whatever, or maybe that's not even really how it goes, I question if Sasuke is gonna start going blind or not, because he now has this power, or is the what Itachi did kind of equivalent to him giving Sasuke his eyes in a weird way? You know, now I think about it, I wonder if this is why the elders are like, gotta get Sasuke back, because he is a surviving member. Either way, I don't trust them. I don't trust that Danzo dude. It makes me think about the Sai situation as well. I also really want to know what Sai's real name is on like a totally random note. Or is he just going to be like Sai for the rest of the series? Are we ever going to find out his name? Don't answer that. It'll maybe, hopefully, potentially get answered later. Or maybe they'll find out his real name and then they'll just decide, nah, you're Sai, so we're not going to call you that. But I know in like that organization they don't like have names, but still, I kind of want to know what his name was. The point of these ramblings is that I'm curious how the confrontation is gonna go and how he eventually quails this anger. Anywhoots, thank you all for watching and continuing to follow me on this onion of a journey. And until next time, bye.